Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Legal. I know it has been quite some time. I know you miss us. I miss you. Hugh, do you miss them?
I have. It's been a while. We have taken some time off to focus on the more important things, which is to make sure that we keep on producing for our clients. We've been busy, which is something that I'm grateful for. It's why I do what I do, right? So, but I'm excited that we can record some more videos and keep putting out some content. People have been complimenting our videos, so I'm happy that you all are receiving us well.
Yeah, and today we have our whole team here.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Very excited. Everyone is in office today, so no better time to introduce the whole team to the viewers.
I am Lara. I'm from Argentina, and I work here at the Hudson Law Group as a secretary, and I also do some marketing things. So if you ever see some videos on our Instagram, then that's me.
Videos are taking too long to be uploaded. That's also her. So I know y'all, we record and then we have to send it over to her to edit. So let's blame her. I'm just kidding. She's great.
Hello everyone, my name is Atisha and I've been with the Hudson Law Group for the longest, I believe, from the beginning. And I am a paralegal and I mainly do adjustment of status.
Auntie, I want you to just go introduce yourself in regards to the Hudson Law Group. I know you're known to the viewers in regards to the podcast, but just go ahead and tell them what you do for the Hudson Law Group.
Hi guys, I am Shante. I am the newbie here. I am at the Hudson Law Group for about 3 months, shy of 3 months now. I am also a paralegal, and it's been a good experience so far. I am also currently getting my license to practice here in the United States because I am certified to practice in Jamaica.
My name is Maria Victoria Palomar. I'm also from Argentina, just like Lara. I'm certified to practice in Argentina, and I'm a paralegal here at the Hudson Law Group.
Yay.
There you are. That's the whole team. So I am going to go into a little bit of a depth about what each one of my team members does for the Hudson Law Group.
This is the juicy
topic. Don't look at it. So let's start with Lara. We'll go in the same order that they went. So I met Lara a while ago. Lara's been working for me on and off. She likes marketing, doesn't particularly like immigration or practice of law, right? She loves marketing. She also likes people, right? So
And languages.
Yeah.
Cultures.
She speaks about 40 different languages. Spanish being the number one. She's from Argentina, like she said. But yeah, so she answers the phone, primarily deals with the clients. She is my shield sometimes for people who can't reach me on my cell phone. So she gets a lot of the incoming, right? So I'm grateful for her. Sometimes I don't know how she does it, being that English is not her first or second language, but she's able to calm some of the irate clients and make sure that she does her best to keep us afloat, because people do get upset when they're not able to reach me for 2 hours, right? And they will then call the work phone and she will have to deal with them. So I'm grateful for her. She along with Victoria has been hanging out with us for this week. They're on vacation, and they decided to surprise us and stop by the office and just kind of say hi, and then I sucker them into this podcast. So, all right. So she has been with me for a while, 3 years or probably more at this point. She took a break to finish up her school, and then Atisha. You all may recognize Atisha has a similar accent to mine. So Atisha is actually my niece, right? So we're family. When she said she'd been with me the longest for a while, it was just me and her, right? So I founded the Hudson Law Group, did a few months on my own, and then I kind of convinced her to quit her job, and she then came and worked for me. I remember the conversation we had like it was yesterday when she asked me, she said, "Uncle, I could come work for you, but are you sure you have enough business to make sure I don't have to be laid off or have to go beg for my job back?" And I was like, "Shit, I don't know." At the time I asked her to work for me, I really didn't think about it. I just know that she was good at what she was doing because she was helping me out part-time, and I was like, maybe you should come on full-time. But then I took a leap of faith, but God kind of has a path, I believe, for us, and we haven't looked back. I've added her, and then I've had for Lara and Victoria, and then we keep on growing. God's grace. So she's great. She's been kind of my right hand for a while, and I'm grateful for her, obviously. And then Shantae is then, like you said, the newbie. Me and Shantae we've been knowing each other for a few months. She is a hustler like myself. So I met Shantae. We had a conversation, and then during the conversation, she told me about a podcast she does, and she invited me onto the podcast. And then she told me she was interested in immigration law. So I asked her to come in and intern, and then within a few weeks, she's working for me. So Shantae has been doing her best to try to keep up. I am a little bit demanding. Right? I like to laugh and have a good time, but my clients will tell you, that our work is flawless because I have a high demand for greatness, right? The one thing that no one could take away from me or us, we all are young people, minorities, so we kind of face challenges from time to time. But what people can't take away from us is that when they look at our work, it is flawless. It's with the best of them, and we produce for every single one. We have millionaires that we work with. We have plenty of refugees that we work with. Wouldn't be able to tell the difference by the way I treat people, right? So we have the dedication towards the end goal, and they all share that goal with me. So she's been, in the few months that she's been with us, she's been trying to keep up with all the demands. She's doing good. She's a work in progress, but we're getting there. And then I have Victoria, or Vicky, like I call her. So Vicky's been with me about 2 years. I don't know how, I don't think I've ever trained Victoria, right? So she came in initially answering the phone for me. She was struggling with English a little bit at that point, and she is growing tremendously. And I moved her over from the phone when Laura came back in. I moved her over from the phone, and she works as a paralegal. And Vicky gets the heavy loads. I just throw her stuff to do, and I don't know how she does it. English is not her first language, but out of all of the employees that I have, when Victoria sends me something, I'm talking about like as far as like written stuff that is written, and I'm hard to please when it comes to writing. I don't have to do many edits to her work. I don't know if she's tapped into my brain or what, but that is very, very strange. Because I even edit my own work sometimes. I like to, I'm a perfectionist, so when things leave my office to go to particularly when it goes to court, it needs to be done correctly, and it's hard for someone to kind of tap into my expectation and meet my expectation. But she does, and she does a lot of my heavier, harder cases. So that's the team. That's my little soliloquy about everyone. Needless to say, I'm grateful. We are growing. We are loving life. We'll continue to produce. So I will flip it over on them since I did a lot of talking, and I'm going to have them just kind of tell you all what it means to work for the Hudson Law Group. We're going to start on the opposite side this time.
Okay. So for me, working up in here, like,
You good?
oh, okay, pardon. I really love working in here. Like the work environment, it's awesome. Hugh knows, like he's always in a good mood. At least with me. But no, he knows when to push and when to just be chilling, I guess. So I really appreciate that. Like he's not every day, like I don't know how to say it.
Micromanage.
Yeah, I need to prepare this, I think. So yeah, that's the West for me, like the work environment to be good. Like that's what I most appreciated from working here.
That's it.
Okay. So as the newbie here, what I most appreciate from working with the Hudson Law Group, it definitely has to be the mentorship that I've garnered in the past few months. The workload is heavy. Mr. Hugh is a lot, but his mentorship is something that I can never repay him for. Like not only the work, not only a mentor at work, but just life, and helping me grow as a person, as an individual. I'm very grateful for that. I really am grateful for that. He took me in at a time when it was a bit of low time in my life, and he has really, really instilled a lot in these past 3 months. you know, but I can always call him every time of the night. He's not gonna answer, but I can always call him and he will shoot me a text, you know, say what you want, you good, blah blah blah. But I really appreciate that, you know. That's something that I'm very grateful for. And when it comes to my work, I've seen where I have grown as an individual because of Mr. Hugh, you know. When I'm a fish out of water when it comes to immigration, but no, I know a lot, and you know, I have a little bit of confidence in the areas that he has, you know, given me.
And no matter how I've tried, I can't stop Shantae from calling him Mr. Hugh for some reason. My staff will not miss a day and not making me feel old. So the Mr. Hugh thing is, I've let it go.
Just heard.
And I want to say, you know, on the podcast, thanks, Mr. Hugh, because you know you've done a lot, and you continue to do a lot.
Well, thank you for being here. Don't try to get me emotional.
Don't cry.
Yeah, so for me, I'm grateful for being here. The work environment is awesome. It's very flexible for me, and that I need in my life right now because of my schedule. I'm always on the go, and working with the Hudson Law Group, I can be on the go because I can complete my work from just about anywhere in the world. So I love the flexibility. Another thing that I do appreciate greatly about working here is that it's hands-on. Whenever I feel uncertain, I can always pick up the phone, call my boss, and see, you know, he's always there to answer. And if he doesn't answer, I can shoot him a text, and then he gets back to me. So I feel like the environment is not like you're working in a big company and it's super hard to talk to your boss. I can talk to my boss, and I feel like as though I'm heard, I'm seen. And whenever I do come to work, I get free lunch. So
She doesn't come in the office.
Let me just say too, he wins from that because when I do come to work, I may bring him food.
That's
so
true.
you know, so we have a very good relationship, and I feel it's very healthy because any tension, if ever, it could be addressed head on.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because we're family, and also not because I'm family or I'm the niece. It's easy. It's the expectation is the same, and I treat it as a job, so I don't take anything for granted, and he can attest to that. So
That is true. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I think Atisha's taken her family privilege for granted. I cannot say that has happened yet, which I'm grateful for because her mother, my sister, does cook me food, so it'll be hard to have that conversation. That's part of her daughter. So.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't done anything that warrants like a serious you may be letting go of. But and not because I'm niece, like I said, I take this is a profession, and I'm a professional. So when I'm at work, I'm at work. So I do everything to the expectation that this is a job and I can be terminated just like everyone else. So I actually appreciate that we can work together and we can separate family from.
And for me, the thing that I appreciate the most would be, like, I would say trust, because he trusts me, and it's crazy to think that I've been working with him for like almost, I don't know if 3 years and a half. And this is the first time that he's ever met me from this side and below. Like, he's always seen me on camera, like only this part, and like we've never seen each other in person. And he always trusts me. He trusts how I work, and he trusts that I'm doing what I have to do, even though I'm on literally the other side of the world. And for me, that's the thing that I appreciate the most. And I would say also the flexibility. It's good because it's a home office job, and I really appreciate that. I really like that from the firm.
Like that. So as you all could tell, as tough as I am, I hate to micromanage people. The reason why I started my own business because I did not want anyone micromanaging me. Right, so I don't do it to other people. My staff will tell you my only expectation is to get my job done. Right, I don't care how you've done it. The ends justify the means. Right, as long as whatever I ask you to do is done, I'm not gonna micromanage you every step of the way to make sure that you're doing it. Right, but you better have it done. That's all. That's my only expectation. So when Laura talked about how I trust her and I kind of I'm hands off. That's who I want to be because I don't want no one always checking in on me like as though they don't trust me. Right, so that's my philosophy. It's been working so far, and you know whenever I've had to have conversation with people who it didn't work, and we had to sever ties. But it is what it is. We'll do so professionally, and we'll go on about our business. But if you take advantage of my kindness or my the relaxed environment, then you're not taking your life seriously, because it's always a bigger picture to life, is what I like to instill on the younger people that work with me, that don't take, I'm unorthodox, but don't take that for granted. Still use this as an opportunity to learn, because you may be forced to move on, or you may move on from the Hudson Law Group, and you want to be able to gain something from us, to be able to work in a more professional setting, if you choose to, right? So again, just get the job done, and we are good. Y'all don't get on me about my hiring practice. Yes, I know they're all women, and I'm the only male here. I've had some feedback about why you all women work for you. So leave me alone. You're the ones that applied. So you talk a little bit about the cases that you've worked on. Do you have an example of a particularly challenging case that you've worked in? And we can keep it AOS if you like, adjustment of status. Can you tell the viewers about a difficult fact pattern that you've had to deal with?
Okay. So I would say one of the most difficult and challenging, I would say, in that aspect, case I've dealt with was an adjustment of status. And this is because it's an adjustment of status when something so unexpected happened. The petitioner or the spouse of the beneficiary died in the middle of the process. So we had already filed the case, and they were scheduled to have an interview, and then the husband died. He was the petitioner. So at that point, we had to figure out what's the next step. That was not the usual. That was a unfortunate chain of event that happened. But luckily, I was able. It was not something Attorney Hudson dealt with before either. It was something I looked up online to see. Oh, what happened if a petitioner passes away? And then we had to file all the forms, and we had to get more people involved than the typical petitioner and beneficiary. But luckily, it was a smooth sailing, because once we researched and we got our documents together, the beneficiary did attend the interview. She attended the interview with the other forms that we had to fill out for that situation, and it was a success. And Attorney Hudson could speak a little bit more on that.
Yeah, well, I don't really have too much to add, but I remember the interview being a little bit challenging, but also I came prepared because of a t-shirt with all that we put together. And there is an officer in, I'm not going to tell you which one of the office, because I don't want to put a spotlight on anyone, but there was an officer in one of the offices that we go to here. She gets the difficult cases for that office, and we were assigned to that officer. I remember this day because I had a second case the same day with her, and she was brutal, but she complimented me at the end of the day. At the end of that interview, she said, "Well done, officer," because I had to kind of educate her on what needs to happen as well, and I did so. She approved it the same day. That client was very grateful as well, because she was down on her luck, to say the least. So she was grateful for that. So that is a very good example of a case.
It's not a typical case.
It wasn't typical, and it was last minute, and we had to get some work done, and we did it, and we were able to get her, her green card. Laura, I know you don't work on cases, but can you tell me some difficult situations that you deal with when maybe someone had cussed at you or fussed you out or something? You have an example?
Yeah, I remember, I think it was the second day that I was working here, and I was like super new with calls. And I remember having a call of someone who was desperate about having I don't actually remember pretty well if what she wanted to have was an asylum or something else, but I think it was an asylum, and she cried a lot and she was shouting a lot. She needed to schedule a consultation and come here. And I did my best. I was new, and even though I've always speak like good English, it's sometimes at first I realized that I was good at speaking English, not so good at like listening to English and different accents. And that's something that happens a lot here, that a lot of people from different countries call and they have like their own accent, and it's super hard to sometimes to understand them when I have an accent myself. So I remember I was having a hard time like understanding what she was trying to tell me, and it was a 40-minute call, so it was like a super long call, and yeah, that I think that was the harder.
Well, I think Atisha, you talked about this earlier today. For me, asylums are difficult, but in the way that you need to put um, like certain distance with the emotions, and because you have to prepare, like for example, the declaration in support, and you have to put the whole story there,
Right.
with everything, with details,
Having to
and
listen to
you
the client.
and you have to listen to the client. You have to ask things to the clients that sometimes are very hard to ask.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, very uncomfortable. So that is the hardest thing for me. Also, asylums, they require like a lot of detail, and you have like the forms, you have to document everything, the country conditions, like you have to pull it everything together. So yeah, I think asylums are difficult for me because of the all the emotions that are involved with the story of the client.
I can agree with that because that's my least favorite type of case to work
To
on.
work on.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mr. Hugh? Like, what is your biggest challenge here?
I think as far as cases, asylums, I remember earlier in my career I worked on this case where my client's mother was dismembered, and we had to look at pictures of her body just in separate places, and that was rough. I'm a very empathetic guy, and there was crimes against women and children. It gets to me. So
Yeah.
those are very difficult. And as far as in general, as far as challenges, I think processing time. I don't like the processing time. It has gotten a little bit better, strangely, recently, particularly with the adjustment of status. A lot of our cases, I'm seeing green cards
Couple
within
of months.
4 to 6 months, which is lovely. I still have particularly the consulate processing people whose family members are overseas. I'm still seeing way too long of a processing time, and it's very annoying. I think if there was one area of immigration law that I will cease practicing, will be probably consular processing, because it's so elongated, and then clients obviously get frustrated. It's hard if you have to live without your spouse, who is all the way in Africa, and it's not like a DR or Jamaica where you can jump on the plane for the weekend. It's hours and hours of traveling, and it's hard to have that long distance relationship, and then you go 6 months go by, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, and nothing is happening. They tend to look on the internet, and then the internet will send you down a rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden you're blaming your attorney for some reason, and we're trying to do whatever we were able to, but the processing time is just really, really annoying. I still don't understand why. We have AI that could run people's background checks in 2 seconds. You would think that a government or federal government that has unlimited resources will be able to do that, but I don't particularly think that's the consulate processing is something of interest for them. So that is my biggest challenge when it comes to immigration. Shati, I know you're young in the game, but what have been some challenges for you?
Right, so some of the challenges I've faced so far are definitely managing personalities. Managing personalities, and also being more detailed and having to focus more and also to actually communicate to my clients that the things that I need, it's not because I'm trying to annoy you. I actually need them for the file, you know.
Right.
And that goes back to managing personalities, because a lot of people, they don't understand the importance of what we need or why we need it. So just communicating that to them, getting through to them clearly. Also because I'm new in the game, so I'm learning. So, me communicating might not be the best, but, I'm trying my best, from what I have learned, to tell them why we need this. That is also, and that's an issue so far. One issue I've faced so far. Another issue is also just ensuring that I'm more detailed when it comes to the forms. As you said earlier, AOS it requires a lot. there's a lot of forms, and if you miss one thing, it throws the whole form off. It throws the whole process off. And then at the end of the day, these are people's lives. So you cannot just be willy-nilly and playing around. Like, you have to be more detailed, more organized. You have to be more focused. So that's a few challenges I've guess, that's
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna grow. It's gonna become easier. I think once your knowledge is there, it's easier to, it's easier to answer questions when you're sure about what the answer is or what the response needs to be.
Yeah.
Right. So now you're a bit unsure, so it's kind of like you don't want to say it boldly because you don't want to say boldly and be wrong. Right. So it'll be natural. So don't worry. Send it over to Tisha. She's she manages people well.
I mean,
she has been, because every time I have a question and I pop it to her, she be like, "Yeah, girl."
Yeah. Well,
she's been helpful.
it just comes with the experience too. You know how long you've been doing it, because you say managing personality, but hey, you'll find when you get your foot wetter, then you will know that, hey, some clients, this is just how you learn your clients. So once you learn the clients, you know exactly how to deal with them. Exactly. Because you'll find that there are clients who would be more demanding than some, and you'll find that you will love to work with the ones that seems to be a little bit much, because they're the ones who would actually get you what you need eventually.
Thank you for that answer. So in closing, I guess let's try to leave on a positive note. So I'll let you all briefly just tell the viewers, what are you most excited for with your future with the Hudson Law Group? We'll keep it short term, and kind of we're gonna leave it on that positive, leave it on high.
Oh, well, my expectation, like in the future with Hudson Law Group, will be, of course, keep learning. Like, I done the long way. Like, I started on the phone, and then I started doing like little things, and then now I'm doing like
big
the
things.
whole cases,
big things.
So I just want to keep learning more and more.
Yeah, the more you learn, the faster I can retire. So I am for that.
Okay, so what I'm most excited about, I think I piggyback off of you, Victoria. I'm most excited about learning and growing. I love immigration so far. This is a great workplace. I'm excited to come to work every day. I'm just excited to grow as a person, grow in the law, learn some more from Mr. Hugh if he answers my call and my text when I do. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited about.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real, because it's about the money. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so me too. I am excited about growing and learning, and obviously being able to serve more clients, because I could see the Hudson Law Group expanding and expanding and expanding, because when we look at where we've started and where we at right now, and even though we're a small team, the number of cases that we have under our belts is probably unimaginable for this team.
That is true.
Right? And we can say that proudly, because our work speaks for itself. And I am excited to grow with the Hudson Law Group and eventually become a lawyer. So that way I can take some of the load off of Mr. Hudson's back, and he can retire soon.
And for me, I really expect the Hudson Law Group to grow also in the marketing shield. And so, yeah, you better like this video and comment and share it.
I know y'all see me all over social media. By the way, I don't like social media.
No, you don't.
But you have to credit, maybe you don't like to see me, but if you don't, then hate her. Because she's the one that is making me do this.
We're living in a social media era.
So that's what they all tell me. But it's not.
Yeah, when people need help, need help now, they go to social media.
Yeah, for everything.
Any topic, you could check it. TikTok, whatever it is, it's there. The answer is there, and so we just need to be on the same.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but yes, I understand it. So that's why I'm trying to put ourselves out there more, so we can be more visible. Because a lot of people can use our help. I mean, we do. I'm gonna say this without trying to be arrogant. We do good work. I mean, we're really good at what we do. Clients, for some reason, text and call Atisha midnight, 11 o'clock p.m., and she answers, and they have a full conversation. I remember Victoria, it was 5 p.m. and Victoria calling me, telling me, I have a client on the phone who wants to talk to you. Victoria at this point is in Greece, in Europe. 5 p.m. here is about probably 2 a.m. in the morning in Greece.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Victoria, why are you even answering the phone? It was a Friday night. So it was like, don't you have a life? Like, I barely expect you to answer the phone after 5 here in the U.S. and you over here 2:30 in the morning answering the phone on a Friday evening. And so that's the kind of dedication I like.
Yeah.
I am willing and I'm ready to step aside once y'all grow and be able to manage and lead, and one of you become a license in the States. I'm be willing to go live on a yacht somewhere. Y'all could call me if you need me, right? Because I've been doing this for a while. Immigration is constant work, so every day is work. Unlike other areas of the law where you may have one big case and you can take a month and work on it, and you may slide in a day off or two in there as you accomplish certain things. But with immigration, we meet with clients every day and we talk to them every day.
And I think our dedication for immigration and what we do is rooted in who we are, and we're all mostly immigrants or foreigners. And I think for me, the reason I can probably be on the phone any hour of the night or so is because I understand these clients. I feel as though I have a deeper connection as to what they're trying to achieve, and I want to make sure I can help them, because most clients who reach out to you at strange hours, they need your help. They may have a big uncertainty, and I want to be able to answer answer that.
I put some emphasis on most, but some clients just they will see something on TV and text you just because you texted them back before. So most, yes,
true.
But
and that got me in trouble before too.
Yes,
that got me in trouble because if clients know I usually respond on the weekend or something,
They will
if I
expect that
don't
the next
respond,
time.
they may be writing a review.
Yeah.
And that's bad because they're accustomed to it. But I mean, our regular working hours are just regular working hours.
Yeah.
So anything beyond 5, it's just us going above and beyond. And we do that a lot here.
Yeah, not only she gets herself in trouble, she gets us in trouble because people automatically think we're the same. And then I had a client that got upset because they showed up here without an appointment on a Saturday and was upset that we weren't here at the office. And I had to let them know, I mean, we do respond or we do work on Saturdays, but we're not here, first of all. And those extra hours that Tisha responds to is because she's dedicated to what she does, right? So that's most law firm, you can't just show up at the office on a Tuesday, let alone on a Saturday, and expect someone to let you in and be there for you. But we try nevertheless, and I think we have 0, maybe 1 or 2 complaints about availability. That's like the least of our problem, and that's like the biggest complaint that I have from my colleagues of how their clients complain about not being able to reach them, not being able to get their questions answered. That I think is the least of our problem, my problem, because it would be on me. And for that, I'm very grateful that you all could take that burden off of me, because I do have an obligation to respond to these clients. Unfortunately, I can't do it all. So you all having the knowledge and being able to manage them and to kind of keep them away from me allowed me to, bring in more business and grow the firm, which hasn't been an issue. And yeah. With that being said, I mean, Shantae, you want to close it out for us?
Thanks for watching the video, guys. As Laura said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes.
Megan.
Bye, guys.
I want a boyfriend. If anybody sees here,
Lord.
I'm single.